So another thing that's important to know, aside from my background, and so hopefully you understand that my background's pretty broad. I've done a lot of things. I've worked with a lot of people from different walks of life. I've been different places, and all of that stuff has informed who I am now and why I can do the things that I'm doing and why I'm telling this story. When I said I came back to make, because I had the opportunity to make a difference in the health and well-being of the people in my hometown, that probably got some of y'all's ears pricked up. Because when you start using words like health and social determinants of health and culture and change and things like that, people start to get nervous. And that's normal. That's natural. It's deeply ingrained in humanity to be skeptical and fearful of change. Because as we grew as a species, change was almost always bad. When something changed, it also meant danger. So we're sort of pre-programmed to resist change. And that can be problematic because you have to change. A lot of change is good. And as long as you are prudent about change, change is a good thing. And change is a necessary thing because you cannot remain where you are, ever. It's important to know because of where I am, as much as anything else. I'm not coming at this as a liberal. I've been a registered Republican since I registered when I was 18 years old. And I still have a conservative take on life for the most part, but I'm not locked in to things. I'm pragmatic in my outlook towards things because situations aren't conservative or liberal situations. The situations are what they are, and the solutions are not conservative or liberal. The solutions are what works, and that's what you need to investigate. You need to look at what works and not get locked into scary words and scary ideas like agendas and things like that, because that gets in the way of progress. That gets in the way of positive change. And we can't afford that. Rural communities are, for all the blessings that we have, rural communities are disadvantaged because we're rural. Rural means that we don't have a whole lot of people and there's a lot of space in between them. And in any situation, people are your most valuable resource. So we are, from the get-go, lacking in that resource. And that's the big string that's gonna flow through everything that I tell you when I tell the story. The take-home message to my story is this: rural America is in decline. Most of rural America is in decline, and it has been for decades. People that live here, all you've got to do is drive from one side of the county to the other and open your eyes and you see it. It's not a failing. Nobody did anything wrong. And that's important too, is that there's no fault to be found in any of this. There's no blame. And even if there was, it would be counterproductive to look for it. Okay? What has happened here and throughout most of rural America is that the world has changed. The economy has changed. And because we are a small rural community, we were less able to adapt to those changes than places that have more people and bigger economies and more diversified economies. But that doesn't have to be the way it is. We can still make the changes we need to make to build a prosperous future for everybody.